Why do we talk about dedicated soft lights? Now, these are soft lights that have been conceived exclusively as optimum soft light sources. Light output is double in comparison to softbox in front of a studio Fresnel because the actual light source here is placed in the focal point of the reflector. The light character is unique. We achieve a gentle wraparound light instead of a hotspot. Maybe you could say on an optimum soft light source that the light emission on the large diffuser should be perfectly even all the way, edge to edge. I feel it is even helpful when the light intensity is a little higher towards the edge. Our Panaura dedicated soft lights offer both variations by changing the standard inner diffuser, which gives the all-over even light distribution, with a rim aura diffuser, which produces this brighter rim area on the front diffuser, and thus is even closer to the idea of a wrap-around light. Because this rim diffuser provides the brighter rim on the outside, which could be called aura, and that's why we've named these lights Panaura. The Panaura 7, that's the biggest version of the Panauras, comes with 2 lamps up to 575 watt metal halide. And those are operated with 2 separate igniters and 2 separate ballasts, allowing this unit not only for wonderful light character in the studio, but also for operation in practical locations where it can be a real benefit if you can distribute the wattage, the load, onto different fuses. Now here we're comparing this Panaura 7 daylight version with a 2.5K metal halide Fresnel fixture with a softbox in front. Our Panaura 7 at maximum intensity, 2 times 575 watt, can produce a higher light output than a 2.5K Studio Fresnel with a Chimera softbox in front. Less than half the power consumption and still more light output. Of course, there's also less heat generation, but the most important feature for me is the unique light character. Putting a softbox in front of a Studio Fresnel, you will most probably encounter a hot spot in the center and very ineffective light output from the far edges of the softbox. With the Panaura, when you're using the rim diffuser, you'll notice on the front diffuser that the center of the light emitting surface is even a little darker, and you will see with your bare eye the brighter rim on the outside. Nowadays, many of us are using large surface light sources from relatively close proximity, and then it becomes even more important to have this kind of wraparound light, which seems so lovingly to embrace our subject and gives us much gentler, transparent light and shadow transition, as opposed to the hotspot, which very ineffectively minimizes the active area of the front diffuser. Daylight to tungsten convertibility. This is one very special advantage that we've been striving for and have been developing for several years. We will have a tungsten discharge lamp, 575 watt, which offers the same high light output as the metal halide daylight lamp, namely 80 lumen per watt. And that is 4 times as much as the typical studio halogen lamp can provide. Now, by mere lamp change, you can convert the whole system from daylight to tungsten and maintain the extreme high light output. Now, our Panaura 7 with 2 metal halide tungsten lamps still is powered by only 1150 watt, but provides a higher light output than a 5K Studio Fresnel light with a softbox in front. Controlling the light is one of our real big issues. We control the angle of the exiting light by an optional grid or louvre, which we put in front of the Panaura, and this limits the exit angle to 40 degrees, which helps us to keep the light away from the background and from disturbing effects on the camera. Another very serious aspect of control is the light intensity. Metal halide lamps don't like to be dimmed down very far before they start losing their color quality. Here we have 7 steps, 7 degrees of output control. How? We start by switching one lamp on one ballast from 575 to 400 watt. Next, we can dim continuously from 400 watt to less than 300 watt. Then we can switch off one lamp altogether. Now we look at the second ballast and we switch from 575 to 400 watt and then dim continuously down to less than 300 watt, and that makes for 7 steps of output control without any change to color characteristics, size and weight. Some projects are shot in sizable studios, where size and weight of the luminaires may not make much of a difference. But today we also find that many projects and TV series and documentaries are not produced in large studios, but in practical locations, office rooms, hospitals, police stations, and so on. In such situations, you may not be able to think of using a soft light with a large softbox simply because it takes up too much space. And when you want to use several soft lights simultaneously, you may arrive at a pretty impossible situation very quickly. Our dedicated soft lights are built extremely shallow. The big Panaura 7, in spite of its huge diffuser and its perfect light characteristics with the rim aura light character, takes up only 60 centimeters in depth, 2 feet. Whilst the Studio Fresnel with similar light output may take up to 3 times the space in depth. Our Panaura 7, including 2 ballasts, weighs 16 kilograms, whilst the typical 2.5K metal halide Studio Fresnel with a softbox typically features about 58 kilograms, and that's nearly 4 times the weight. The Panaura 5, that is the smaller version with a front diffuser of 1.50 meters or 5-foot diameter. This one works with one light source only, and otherwise it offers all the same characteristics as the big Panaura 7. The 5-foot Panaura has become extremely popular, not only for shooting in tight locations, because it has a depth of only 40 centimeters, and it goes less into the room than the foot of the lighting stand, but also for its wonderful light characteristics. And it has been called by one of our colleagues the portable window. And we all know the beautiful light that we can sometimes get from a large window. Now we can take the liberty to take 1, 2, or even 3 portable windows, even in a very confined room, taking up a minimum of space, generating a minimum of heat, and providing a very desirable light character. All in all, the Panaura family comes in 3 sizes, with 7-foot, 5-foot, and 3-foot. The 3-foot Panaura soft light is also a standard part of the Sundance kit. Now, setting up Panaura soft lights is really easy, and we can provide videos to show how it's best done. The record for setting up the Panaura 5, from opening up the zipper on the case until the light is all set up with ballast on a stand and is switched on, the record is 58 seconds by a lady camera assistant from northern Germany. Typically, even you can pretty easily do it within 2 minutes, and thus you can set it up, break it down, pack it in several locations, several times each day, and you'll never again want to miss working with this wonderful instrument. Now, this was about Panaura dedicated soft light from dedolight. Watch our other videos for more amazing features. I'm Dado, and I'm proud of these lights.